What up, Dope Pride Nation, and welcome back to another Field Review podcast show. I am your host, Luke G. Boy, I got too much to talk about today. Damn. I mean, when news presents itself, it just feels good to talk about it. And finding out all the different things that news could mean for your team is a big part of enjoying the news that you hear. Now, just in case we were wondering what's on today's agenda, obviously, we got to talk about the Miami Dolphins trade. We got to talk about the Eagles trade and how that affects the Detroit Lions. We also got to talk about former Detroit Lions running back coach, Kyle Kasich. I hope I said his name right, but if I didn't, I don't really care. Who has some interesting insights on what went wrong with the Detroit Lions under Matt Patricia. Not sure what they was going with that one. We got to talk about Zach Wilson's pro day and a host of other things that we're going to jump on, including your questions, because what else would we be doing if we're not doing that? Okay, let's be honest. People, let me do my best not to go into a full out moment of joy. Before I do that, let me see who we got in the building. Ghost Gunner in the building. We got Jack Frost. He say, hurry up, Luke. We got to talk about these trades. I'm here, bro. I'm here. Joey 2 times in the building. We got One Pride 40 in the building. We got CJ in the building. BD Buster in the building. What up, dude? We got C Perry in the building. What up, dude? We got, I'm going down, people. I'm going down. Midwest Lion in the building. William Birch. I hope I said that right. It says, y'all heard of Jalen Moore, tackle out of Western Michigan? I have. Let's see. We're going down the list. We're going down there. Good people. This is going to be a fun show. One Funky Lion fan is in the building. We got Tokyo Rockstar in the building. We got Kobe in the building. Motown Football in the building. We got Looney in the building. Rams House. D-Map Zoom. Listen, y'all, let's first start off with this trade. Okay. First things first, this damn trade. In case you haven't been around, right? For some strange reason. I don't know how you can miss this. In case you haven't been around, there was a major trade that went down. I'm going to discuss this thing in about 2 to 3 different ways, okay? Because the first thing is the Lions fan base again. Y'all find some way to always rile me up. So, if you have not heard, the Dolphins, who had a pick from the Texans, which gave them the 3rd overall pick in the draft, said scratch that and traded that to the San Francisco 49ers. And so what the Dolphins get is the 49ers pick at 12 this year. They get a pick in 2022 in the first round and a pick in 2023 in the first round. On top of that, they also get a 3rd round pick in this year's draft that they got as a comp pick because Robert Saleh got signed as a head coach. Just stay with me. They then turn around and trade again. They then turn around and trade again from 12 to 6 with the Eagles. So putting the Dolphins from 3 to 12, from 12 to 6, and in exchange, they give the Eagles their pick at 12. This is nuts. They also give them a pick. They also give them a 1st round pick in 2022, and to move up. It's just crazy. It's so much, people. And the first thing that jumped out on anybody who saw this trade was, oh, wow, great trades. And not the Lions fan base. I literally saw messages and got messages that said, and I quote, this is why the Lions should have kept losing. I'm still mad that they won that game against the Falcons because we could have had the number 3 pick, and then we would have had the 2 firsts and the 3rd from Stafford, and we would have had 2 more firsts, and we could have traded that pick. What the hell is going on with our fan base? What do we come up with this stuff? What is this idea of hindsight? Like we just know what was going to happen when it happened because it happened. Do you think if the Lions were sitting up there with the 3rd overall pick in this draft, that they are going to literally say scratch that when they're sitting there and if they are in love with Zach Wilson, which I believe they are. I believe they are in love with Zach Wilson. Why would they trade? This doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to understand this. We got Edward Molinda. I hope I said that right. He says Grand Haven, Michigan in the house. Hey, salute to you. Welcome to the show. I just help me, people. Help me make sense of this. This trade goes down, and the first thing our fan base think is we should have lost. But they're bitching because we are a losing team. How? Help me. Like, if you're going to tell me that you're upset because we didn't lose enough to get the 3rd overall pick to get more trades, I'm going to tell you who said that they want to trade at the 3rd pick. There's a lot of assumptions going on here, and I'm not one to sit there and allow for this stuff to be happening. It doesn't make sense. If you're going to sit there and make up this excuse and say that we should have did this and we should have did that, I want my team to win every damn game. Which brings me to my next point. All these people was talking about, this is the other thing I got hit with because, I get a lot of weird messages and they always seem to throw me off when they happen. This is what I'm talking about, Luke. The Lions should have got Brian Flores because they got the wrong coach. Bruh, they got a front office. They got a front office, bro. And on top of having a front office, they have a front office that is enabling their coach to do certain things. Our front office was not strong. We cannot keep doing this. The grass is greener on the other side stuff. We can't. This cannot be the case. It doesn't make sense. And so now this gets me to the grand scheme of all of this when it comes to the trade. The way that you should be viewing this trade, the way that you should understand this trade. Ask yourself, what happened today that was most significant? Not the trade, but something that happened today that was most significant. If you are not aware of what I'm talking about, let me help you. Okay. I see you. I see you. See, look. What's good, Luke? Red Pill checking in. Salute. I see you. All right, listen. Here's the most significant thing that happened today. BYU had a pro day. I'm going to say it again. BYU had a pro day. And you know what happened at that pro day? There were a number of scouts. A number of scouts at their pro day. And somebody from the San Francisco 49ers, who were among the people attending, made a phone call and said, we got to get this guy. We got to get this guy. And they was like, what you mean? These throws he's making? Where he's put, bro, this right here? We got to get this guy. And then that message got relayed, right? Because it just followed all the way the hell down. That message got relayed, and then they went and said, hey, we got confirmation on the ground that this is the guy. Let's pull this trade off. And they get on the phone and call up Miami, and they made them an offer they couldn't refuse to get their guy. Now, anybody going to say, Luke, you don't know that. That's an assumption. You can't believe it. Why were they trying to get Stafford? Why were they trying to trade Garoppolo? You don't think they're looking for a quarterback? Well, that don't mean it's got to be Zach Wilson. The only thing that happened today was a BYU pro day. And as soon as that pro day, because I saw it live, I was watching that thing. I'm watching it in between breaks. I'm at work trying to do my job, and I'm still looking at it. And he was dotting it up like 100%. And here go the best part about it. That trade was the best thing that could have ever happened for your Detroit Lions. Oh, y'all, I'm finna fluster a few of y'all with that statement. That trade was the best thing that could have happened for our Detroit Lions. Okay. And the real issue is why. I'm finna show you right here. So let's just go ahead and put it out there. We now have Jacksonville probably gonna take Trevor Lawrence, right? It's a good chance that a quarterback gonna be taken by the Jets, and if not, cool. I suspected that the Dolphins wanted a wide receiver. So now stay with me. That wide receiver now still going to be a reality for him, but at 6. And so I now say at 3 with the 49ers, they take a quarterback. So what happens at 4? I believe they take a quarterback, right? So now that's 4 quarterbacks off the board. Stay with me, people. Now we get to the 5th pick, right? Because this is all important. All these different moves that we're not looking at, okay, that we're not paying attention to. But it makes sense if you just open your eyes, okay? We now get to the 5th pick. The Cincinnati Bengals. They're not adding anything outside of an offensive tackle. And now Miami, who sits at 6, because they now got their pick, guess what? They select either 1, Devontae Smith, 2, Jamar Chase, or 3, Kyle Pitts. Right? Let's just say they take Jamar Chase. You're sitting there at 7. You now have an opportunity for 1 to trade out because now you have partners now. Why? Because there's still going to be a number of quarterbacks on the table, right? There's still going to be a number of quarterbacks on the table, but you now have your options to take the tackle if you want to. You now have the option to take the receiver if you want to. You now have the option to still get your quarterback of the future for next year because you can now trade this pick for somebody who's really in need of a quarterback. And who is that team? It's the team that tried to trade with you originally in the freaking Panthers. You may be able to move down 1 spot, pick up other picks in this draft, plus picks in future drafts for a team to move up 1 spot. The door is completely freaking open for us now. It's open. Is it everybody hears the word, oh, Kyle Pitts, he's a tight end. No, he's not. He's so much more than that. Y'all was all in love with Kenny Galladay, ready to chalk up the money for 18, 19 million for him. Here's a guy who runs a similar speed, might be faster if I'm not mistaken, and is bigger. Can put his hand in the dirt. Gives you options to confuse a team. Or let's say you decide you do want to trade down. And now all of a sudden you're sitting up there and Denver ain't feeling so good about Drew Lock. Because here's the other part of it that I left out. The rumor is that the 49ers might like Mac Jones. I'm not buying that. I think it's Zach Wilson. If they take Mac Jones, this is even better for you. Even better for you. Wow. Even better. Right? So now what happens? All these teams out here desperate for quarterbacks. Now what happens? Now people like, I don't know. Let's see. Let's talk about let's see. Let's talk about some teams like maybe, because it's clear to me Philly ain't taking no quarterback. I think Philly has said, no, we're going to keep Hurts and we're going to ride with him. But there are some teams like Washington who may say, bump it. If our quarterback get to 7, we can talk. But what this did was it opened up everything else. And it took people off the board that you probably didn't want anyway. If you wasn't a fan of Devontae Smith, great. If he's off the board, great. Okay? I'm just saying, this is the reality of it. Now, what does this trade do for the entire draft? One, it showed me how smart our front office is. And I cannot praise them enough for what they're doing. Because what you're looking at now is a front office who got ahead of the curve. They literally said, okay, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to literally get ahead of the curve. If they would have waited to trade Stafford, we wouldn't even got the offer we probably got. They set the tone. 100%. And now what you're going to start to see is as it grows further down the road, the Lions pick is gaining more value because now you just threw another team in the mix that took a damn quarterback. And so now all these other teams are going to get panicky. They're calling up right now the Falcons, and the Falcons is looking for a deal bigger than that because their front office is a little strange. But watch what happens. Watch what happens when you look up and your Detroit Lions is sitting there at 7. Look who's going to be on the board. If somebody fell in love with the fake 3.9 speed of Parsons, you still got a trade partner. If somebody really felt like, oh, Parsons got a 4.39 and the Lions could use him, you got a trade partner. Here's the other part I want to talk about. The Lions was at BYU's Pro Day. I want you to understand this. They were there in full force. They not only had scouts there, Brad Holmes was there, Dan Campbell was there. like, how many people you need there to see this? They had a healthy number of people at that BYU Pro Day to look at this quarterback. And do you know why? It's because if he for some reason slipped, I think that's who they in love with. If he for some reason slipped, that's who they will go after. They will go after him. But our fan base, who don't seem to understand this, who don't get it, just don't make sense. Rams House says, dude, can you imagine Tyrell 6'4", TJ Hockenson 6'5", and Kyle Pitts 6'6"? For a quarterback who even if he wanted, he ain't got to throw the ball deep, but he's got to be able to hit the ball into a big target. It don't make sense. Tokyo Rockstar says Lions need to trade up for Zach Wilson. No, they don't. Because quarterback is not a major need for us. It's just not. And to prove it, they showed you it by not only going out and getting a quarterback replacement in Jared Goff, they restructured his contract. To let you know, the fans know, quarterback is not what we worried about. We'll get one if it's there, but I ain't worried about it. Okay? And you have you have so many partners that you can do this with. It just don't make no sense. 6'4", 230 pounds, Saints free agent, wide receiver, 23-year-old little Jordan Humphreys. I did a video on him. I'm pretty sure I did a video on him when he was coming out. They put a little bit of weight on him, huh? Dude was not fast. But, who knows? Josh Cooper says, Lil G, I went to the Penn State and ran a 4.09. Fucking outstanding. I mean, what else can I say? I'm just trying to understand it, man. Philadelphia definitely drafting a receiver to give Jalen Hurts help. They're ever taking a receiver or they're going to take a corner. It's one of those two. Okay? It's one of those two. But the thing that I want y'all to understand is this. This is an unusual year because a lot of these teams are quarterback hungry. If this was any other year than this year, there's no way we would have got 2 first-round picks for Stafford. It was just a year where you caught a lot of teams in a position where they was just like, I'm going for it. Right? Like no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I'm going for it. And it just really is what it is. Quarterback is a major need. Golf is trash. Can he take a snap here first? Can like we gave Patricia 3 years. We gave Matt Millen, I don't know, a century. We've had worse talented people here. You mean to tell me that Jared Goff is so bad that the rookie is the better option? So who's going to keep the rookie upright? We got 3 out of the 5 linemen down. Who's keeping the rookie upright? Why do you think they went out and added another running back? These are things set up for Jared Goff. Okay. Let's keep going. 6 Mile in Wyoming in the building. Okay. Luke ran an unofficial 3.57 at Penn State's Pro Day yesterday. Boom. Tell them, man, they don't know my speed. Everybody at Penn State Pro Day is a superstar. Shoot. Clocking in. Big baller status. Marcel Edwards says people don't realize this guarantees Sewell Chase Pitts, let alone a panic trade, because there are still 3 teams closed that needs a quarterback. Everything is there. If you was a fan of Sewell, he might just fall to you at 7 now. This sets up everything. This trade changes everything. It puts you in a position to not only be able to call your shot, you can call your shot confidently like a boss. Who's going to kill the Lions if they trade that pick and get more picks? Not me. Who's going to kill the Lions if they get Jamar Chase? Not me. Who's going to kill the Lions if they get Sewell? Not me. They take Kyle Pitts. Who's going to kill him? Most Lions fans. Just going to happen. It has to happen. And the thing that people don't understand is this opens it up. If for some strange reason, stay with me, if for some strange reason it goes Trevor Lawrence, let's say it goes Trevor Lawrence, and let's say it goes Devontae Smith. I don't know, right? You know, I've seen the Jets do stranger things. I'm almost certain that the Jets might even take Parsons. I feel like they might go defense, but that's another story. But I'm going to stick with the view of quarterback. But let's say it went Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Fields, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson. You know damn well at 5, the Bengals are not taking Trey Lance. You know damn well at 6, the Dolphins ain't taking Trey Lance. You now can have Trey Lance on there because we know Easy love Trey Lance. Trigger Trey is what he call him, right? You now have him on the board to make a decision about, which then does what? Make your pick more valuable. Why? Because somebody is going to want that quarterback. Because once you get past Trey Lance, there's Kyle Trask, and the rest we're gonna have to pray about. Right? This trade that happened could not have set Detroit up any better. Let's say, for example, the 4 picks is Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and at 3, they take Jalen Fields. And let's say at 4, Trey Lance off the board. Somebody still want Mac Jones. Your pick is still valuable. Rams House says it's not even just Penn State. Every year the Pro Day 40 times are on average 0.1 to 0.3 seconds faster than the combine times. I don't know how this keeps happening. You know. One Funky Lion fan says Easy ain't the only Lance fan. Dude, this kid is nice. Got 1 season underneath his belt. 1 season. 1 season underneath his belt. I am not spending a top 10 pick on a project quarterback with 1 season under his belt. Not doing it. Not when I already have a guy and know that he's going to be sitting there for at least 2 to 3 years. Not doing it. Lions robbed the Rams, getting 2 first-round picks in golf, where the coach traded peanuts for Wentz. Lions did a great job. This front office is always amazing me. Josh Cooper says Chase or Fields. Okay. Let's see what else we got. How does a quarterback with a winning record and a recent Super Bowl appearance be trash? Can someone answer that for me? That's a good question. You go and check out not my last video, the video before that. I need to start numbering these damn things. Go and check that video out where I went off because I got tired of it. Okay. Lee Banner, that's my Discord name. Yes, not in real life. What's your Discord name? What did I miss? Detroit's on Big Will in the building. What up, though? Let me see. What did I miss? Make sure I ain't missed nothing. If you ain't in our Discord, man, we be in there having all kind of stupid fun. And Rams House point this out. Lance got 1 season under his belt in the conference equivalent to playing in JUCO. Okay. I didn't say it. I ain't disagreeing. I like the player. It's just too risky, in my opinion. I'm just saying. It says, I don't care about 1 season. This is a perfect spot to take a kid that you think needs to sit. I'm trying to win this year. You ain't paying attention? The Lions are trying to win this year. They are not out here trying to pick up people because they're trying to win 2 or 3 years. They're trying to win this year, the year after, the year after that. And they're going to have draft capital to do movement and do things that they wanted to. What's going on in the mix? Detective Fan Man says, give me Penny or Slater. You're going to have that option now because this trades. How tall are you? 6 feet. I don't give a damn. He went Super Bowl. He was trash in the Super Bowl. Some people just... I'm going back to that one. You know, some people you just can't make happy. Mr. Marcus wanted to know the same answer. He wants the answer to that question too. San Francisco saw the Lions there at the Pro Day and radioed it back to John Lynch like, make the trade. The Lions are here. I'm telling you, I kept telling people that the only quarterback that they will be willing to take outside of Trevor Lawrence, who we know is not going to fall, is Zach Wilson. He is nasty and grossly accurate with the ball. He can run if you want. He got all the things you want that they talk about. The problem is he was the only one they was willing to do this for. Just also observation. William Burr says since 2000, only one draft had 5 quarterbacks go in the first round, which was 2018 draft. I don't think 5 quarterbacks go in the top 10 picks. Highly unlikely. Again, this is what I'm thinking, William. I'm thinking the same thing. That look, it's highly unlikely that you're sitting up there and all 5 of these quarterbacks off the board. No, you're at 7, and you know that at least 2 or 3 would be off the board. This trade sets you up perfectly. It just do. It sets you up perfectly. Look, I'm with you, Hottie. This ain't no rebuild. I've been saying this to people. This is a renovation. Goff in 69 games has 55 interceptions and 42 fumbles. He got to the Super Bowl on the back of Gurley and had extremely bad non-call. I ain't gonna argue with that. I remember Kyle Van Noy sucked here and went somewhere else and balled out and made Pro Bowls. They said Quandre Diggs was done. He just went over there and made a Pro Bowl. People change. Right system. All these players are system players. It's crazy how Stafford is trash because he never won a playoff game. But at the same time, Goff is trash even when he's won a playoff game and a Super Bowl appearance. Again, this is our fan base, Pride Nation. You see right here? The Field Review Podcast is the home of Pride Nation. Why? Because this is where we at. We got to be able to check each other with stuff. And we got to be able to accept other people's views and opinions, no matter how different they are from us. Right? The Lions are going to suck for the next 2 years. I don't agree with that. But if you believe it, okay. It's on the record right there now. So even if you want to come back, the only thing you can do is change your name. But if you're right, then guess what? You nailed it. It said, why draft a guy who haven't done anything in the pros, but Goff has proven himself that he's a winner? Again, this is Lion fans thinking that the next guy up is better. Anybody is better than Stafford. Then we get anybody and he sucks. I can't make this stuff up. And then you go through and you look at the fact that they have told you and shown you through free agent signings and a host of other things like the restructuring of the contract that he's going to be here. It's just, it's evident. In the mix says, do you think the Lions got to move to at least top 5 to get a quarterback now? No. I think the Lions are not concerned with quarterback. Tim Boyles tell me that. He's the backup. Tim Boyles the backup, right? Goff is your starter. Simple. There's no need for a quarterback. No, Josh said, I have a feeling you EA. I know who EA is. He ain't in here yet. Josh, he ain't in here yet. Tokyo says, I want a mobile quarterback. Why? You acting like mobile quarterbacks out here winning lots of Super Bowls. Isn't it ironic that the most winningest quarterback is a guy who don't run in Tom Brady? Just saying. Look at the top quarterbacks that's ever played. How many of them are really mobile? Seriously. Drew Brees, he ain't no runner. How that song goes, she's a runner, she's a track star. Remember that song? These guys ain't doing that. They're winning. The facade of a mobile quarterback is not real. Mobile quarterbacks don't guarantee you nothing other than mixing it up. Aaron Rodgers is mobile. He should have way more Super Bowls. The one he got came when they found an established run game. Most of these people are system quarterbacks. I'm telling you this. Ramon the New Age says, did I miss something? Did we trade back already? Nope. We're talking about how the trade that the Dolphins made affects the Detroit Lions. That's what we're talking about. One funky Lion fan says, Holmes and Brad both have said they are building for the future. All the free agents they brought in got one cheap year deals, and you see a team that's trying to win now. Yes, absolutely. So think about it. The cap went down. How much? Almost 16 million. Right? And if I come to a team who, how many games did they win under Matt Patricia? 13? 13 wins in 3 seasons under Matt Patricia. 13. And I'm coming in, I'm trying to establish something. I want to get a bunch of guys that can help me build a new foundation that's not going to set me back. The fact that he did those short-term contracts tell me that is for them to win right now. Because they know in doing so, it sets them up when they have money in the next few years. That's all it does. And so, yes, they are trying to win right now. Any new head coach who comes in with the attitude of trying to lose probably won't be keeping his job, because you cannot come into a team that has a losing record, decide I want to lose this first season so I can be. It doesn't work like that. Nobody thinks like that. Nobody should ever think like that. I'm just pointing it out. It says, if we plan on running the ball this year, we need to pick O-linemen. Listen, Sincere Jones, I'm trying to explain to people they're not paying attention. You still got Kerryon. You just added Jamal Williams, and then you got Swift. You got 3 out of the 5 lineman positions. One more lineman, and you can literally have a good offensive line. Even if your weakest link is a guard, he still can't be so bad that we can't run the ball. And I believe that they are trying to run the ball. And they're going to do it. You know, we might just sign one. I don't know who though. I got a strange feeling. Call me crazy. The Seattle Seahawks released defensive tackle Jerry Reed. I got a strange feeling he's gonna be a Lion. Why you say that, Luke? Because he's gonna come cheap. But we already got Michael Brockers. I said he's gonna come cheap. You put Jerry in and Michael Brockers. Your rotational guy is Pennicini. You could do so much. So I'm just telling you, don't be surprised if they go that way. Rams House coming in here talking about his team. Rams House say, oh yeah. Now I will say this. I know that NFC, I know that NFC championship game, he didn't get a lot of yards. They loaded the box up on him big time. I know that to be the case. But that whole season, he was running hard. I think only one running back had more yards from the line of scrimmage than him. I think that was Zeke. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. Tease Tabor could play slot this year. Let's see. Tokyo says this is a rebuild. You don't trade your franchise quarterback and let your superstar wide receiver walk if it's not a rebuild. The problem is we the fans think Kenny Galladay is a superstar. The rest of the league don't think he's a superstar. They think he's good, but superstar? I don't think so. Plus, it's not a rebuild. You did get your franchise quarterback gone, and you replaced him with somebody with a cheaper contract that is younger, that will keep you still in contention, and then you let a receiver walk who didn't want to be here in a year where a draft is full of receivers. If you can't find a receiver this year, you should be fired. You should be fired. There's no way. This is absolutely a renovation. Notice all the changes is coming on what side of the ball? Defense. They didn't blow up the whole offense. They blew up the defense. Let's see what else we got. You see Zach Wilson making that throw at his pro day, but can he do that with people rushing at him? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. It is one of the reasons why I like him. Yes, he can. But the other part of it is he going to do it consistently? And that part has yet to be answered. Or how does he respond to getting hit? So it's you got to look at those things for real. Let me see what else we got up in here. The Stars have finally lined up for the Lions. What are the odds of all the moving around and the Lions being in prime spot? It just I never thought this day would come, because they're gonna have their pick. If you wanted a quarterback, one to still be there. If you wanted a receiver, one to still be there. If you wanted a D lineman, one to still be there. Any position you want, we're still there at 7. And I'm talking about high value players. I'm not taking too many defensive players in the top 10, but high value players. They're going to be there. I'm just saying. Let's keep going. We got too much to talk about. I want to get into our former running back coach. D-time people say they want a mobile quarterback all the time, but the majority of Super Bowl winning quarterbacks weren't mobile. Ever heard of Tom Brady? Don't stop there. Peyton Manning, don't stop there. Troy Aikman, don't stop there. Keep going. Name all them boys. Brad Johnson, the most successful. I'm gonna probably say he's probably one of the more talented mobile quarterbacks was Cam Newton. Did not work out well. It just did not work out well. Michael Vick was really good at running the ball. Did not work out well. You got to throw that ball. You got to sit in the pocket. Let's keep going. Word is T. Tabor showed up to Penn State Pro Day. Word is T. Tabor showed up to Penn State Pro Day and ran a 4.3. Bruh. You say he improved that much, huh? It's amazing. Just amazing. It's called a retooling. Got Goff and got speedy receivers. Yep, that's what I see. The only way Goff shook anyone is carrying a taser. Damn. Oh, shots. Okay. I thought Goff contract was significantly bigger. No, this year he's only going to play for $5 million. They gave the rest of it to him up front and the sign-up bonus and move it around. Next year he's going to play for about $30 million. Instead of it being $26 million, it's going to be $30 million. So they put $4 more million on there. So still less than the 33 or 34 million we were going to pay Stafford. Lions have a history of not finishing a deal. They can start building something in one area, then they jump to another. This is a year to correctly finish the deal, the O-line. It just makes sense. It just makes sense to me. I don't know. So let me go ahead and see if I can bring this article up. Oh, you know what? I don't want them to copyright me because they got a video on it. Damn it. I'm going to read what it say. Former Detroit Lions running back coach Kyle Kasich, this dude, who was in an interview with CBS Sports Radio, explained what happened with the Detroit Lions was not his fault. First of all, when I get done reading this, I want y'all to understand something. This might turn into a rant, so please forgive me. I just can't deal with stupid. Okay? I just can't deal with this level of stupid. Stay with me, y'all. This man says, I wouldn't put the blame necessarily all on Matt Patricia. That's where a lot of people are trying to go with it. What I think just happens is we just hit a little spot of injuries on defense. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me go back because, sometimes I don't comprehend. I wouldn't put the blame necessarily all on Patricia. That's where a lot of people are trying to go with it. What I think just happened is we just hit a little spot of injuries on defense. We weren't able to stop anybody there for a little while. It spiraled out of control, and for a little while, and unfortunately, it cost people jobs. It cost me my job. Okay, people. I'm going to let that sink in for a minute. Okay? Okay. People in the chat. Before Matt Patricia came here, what did he do? What was he? Can y'all tell me in the chat what he was? Maybe I'm forgetting it. Clearly, Kyle has forgotten it, but maybe I've forgotten it. What did Matt Patricia do before he became the Lions head coach? I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm just trying to figure this out. Was he not the defensive coordinator? The defensive coordinator. That's what he was, right? I'm not tripping when I see this, right? I'm not going crazy when I see this. He was the defensive coordinator. Okay, all right. And what would they say he was? He was a rocket scientist. That's what they said. He was a rocket scientist and a defensive genius. That's what they said. And I got a running backs coach. Thank God they fired him. Who's telling me that he lost his job because the defense couldn't stop nobody, but this is not all on Matt Patricia. Who hired what's the old defensive coordinator, Corey Underlin? Who hired him? Who asked for him? Matt Patricia. Right? What was the biggest problem for the guy who was a former defensive coordinator, now head coach, who hires a guy named Corey Underlin, who's a defensive back coach, to be the defensive coordinator, but don't let him call the defense because he wanted to call the defense? What is it? What is it that I'm missing? Somebody tell me what were the key injuries that would have changed this defense around. Tell me what it is. You're going to come on here and say it ain't his fault, and you're going to come up here and make up this crap and come up with all this BS to tell me what? A bunch of poop. Gonna piss on me and tell me it's raining. That's what you're going to do. And the reality is anybody with a damn brain, which is probably why he is unemployed, anybody with a damn brain knows that the guy who is supposed to be a defensive coordinator, that's the one side of the ball that cannot suck. You remember the last guy we got that was a defensive coordinator? Y'all remember his name? Jim Schwartz? When have you historically seen a Jim Schwartz defense look this damn bad? When? His side of the ball that he was known for performed. It performed. And I got to sit up here and listen to this dude explain to the national media, because he wants another job, and he hoping his homeboys speak volumes. I got to listen to this dude tell me that it wasn't Matt Patricia's fault. Now, y'all may be saying, Luke, this is dead news. We done with Matt Patricia. Why do this? Because this is where it gets more interesting. Stay with me. He asks, breathe, woo, sigh. He asked, I wouldn't blame it all on the defense. What? You're not blaming it all on the defense, huh? Not the defense that set a record that a team that went 0-16 set. You don't blame it on that. Okay. That is where we had some injuries. It says offensively was a point. Offensively, there was a point where we were looking pretty good at the beginning of 2019. Then Matthew Stafford got hurt. We losing your number one quarterback. It just kind of spiraled. Stafford played for most of the season this year. He was pretty beaten up too. We lost DeAndre Swift for a little while and a concussion issue. It's a player's game, and when your players aren't performing or they are not able to, it's hard to pull yourself out of that spiral. That's kind of what happened with the Lions. Man, if you don't shut your... Bro, listen, people, okay? Listen to me. Listen to me. I want y'all to pay attention, all right? I'm trying to so hard. One fucking Lions fan, I don't blame it all on the defense, but like 80% of it. This defense gave up more points than the team that didn't win a game. And your excuse for it is injuries. Who was the starting quarterback of the Steelers? When the hell did Dustin Duck come from? Do anybody know who that guy is? Who is that guy? They still won games. Like, come on, bro. This is why you don't have a job. You probably was in the interview room telling them why y'all lost, and you gave them the same pathetic story. A historically bad defense. And then you want to say, well, we had injuries on offense. You know what's funny about that? All the injuries you had on offense, and they still didn't look as bad as the defense. Just uncharacteristically terrible. Did it ever occur to you that most of those players was hurt because they was worked into the ground? Did that ever happen to you? Whatever his damn name is, Devin Hodges, I don't know who he is. This dude had to, you know what, let me go back. I'm going to read it to y'all again. He added, I wouldn't blame it all on the defense. This is where we had some injuries. Offensively, there was a point where we looked pretty good at the beginning of the 2019 season. Then Matthew Stafford got hurt. We lose our number one quarterback. It's kind of a spiral. Stafford played for most of the season this year. He was pretty beat up too. We lost DeAndre Swift for a little while to concussion issues. It's a player's game. And when your players aren't performing or they are not able to, it's hard to pull yourself out of that. At that point, that kinds of what happened with the Lions. This is the best line of this whole article. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. This is the best line. I can't make this up. This line right here is this right here. This line is the best. He is networking and awaiting his next opportunity to coach again in the NFL with the ultimate goal of becoming a head coach one day in the league. Really? Really? You're still trying to find employment. And you know why you're trying to find employment? Because you're stupid. You make no sense. Look. Remember that Everson Griffin was the answer midway through the season because we had a real shot at improving at 2-7. I got my ass handed to me for somehow how dumb that trade was. Team with a losing record trades a pick of any sort for a guy who's going to get cut. Who then they didn't have a chance to try to attempt to re-sign because he had already made it known as soon as the season was over, he wants to go back to Minnesota. Just saying. So at least he has to dream in the NFL. At least. It said, after today's trade of draft picks, quarterbacks will go 1, 2, 3, 4 in the draft, and we will have a hard time trading back. We will pick Sewell or Slater or Chase. I don't think we'll have a hard time trading back, but we'll have our options. Any questions y'all got, put them in the chat, man. We'll have our options. I learned nothing from my experience coaching with the Lions. Then I don't know why I can find a job. It doesn't make sense. Dude, just think the head coach is. The Steelers lost their quarterback. I don't hear them excuses. They lost their running back. I don't hear them excuses. They lost their receivers. I don't hear them excuses. They lost offensive linemen, defensive players. I didn't hear them excuses. They still went 8-8 with a Devin Hodges or Dustin Ducker, whatever the hell his name is. Whatever it was, they still went 8-8. But this guy, it's not the head coach's fault. This ain't on Patricia. That's BS. That's BS. Your scheme. Nobody looked good in it. We didn't get a single player on the top 100 during the 3 years that Patricia was the head coach. Well, I take that back. Darius Slay made it and Kenny Galladay made it. But Kenny Galladay made it after the takeover from the first time. And then Slay made it twice, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it was because he technically was a Lion, but he was traded to the Eagles. But I don't know. It's confusing. This is BS. This is BS. It just don't make no sense. It's called a team for a reason. It's a team sport. Agree. I thought Bill Belichick took Patricia back. He did. Bill Belichick usually take all his people back. Don't make no sense. It says, I don't think that was the record, but yeah, only idiots were happy about trading for Griffin. We wasn't winning. I don't know what the record was. I know it wasn't good. I'm just saying. It says, when Dallas wasn't good, Griffin wanted to come here. I would have even gotten Griffin fake it itself. It says, I can't wait till the draft. Man, that dude was going to be cut, bro. They were going to cut him. And the Lions came along with two dead men walking and was like, hey, yo, let me get that. That's like paying for free stuff. It don't make sense. Lions need to look at Jaden Daniels, quarterback ASU. He's going to blow up next season. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to go through these questions, man, because I want y'all to understand something. That it's this kind of stuff that's happening that lets you understand how sometimes coaches can be delusional and how this good old boy program works. I go on the media and say something good about him, and the first thing that he do is hear about it. And now, guess what? I'm looking for a job. He just literally did an open interview on live television and radio. For what? For what? To come up with some BS? Don't make no sense. Let's get to the next point. Because y'all have been awesome in pointing out what y'all did at Penn State. I have had so much fun watching what y'all did at Penn State Pro Day. It is amazing. I want to thank y'all truly from the bottom of my heart. I don't think I've laughed so much. I've seen all kind of things. That video that I did yesterday is still up. You still got time to add in what you did at Penn State's Pro Day. It's there. But I gotta be honest, man. This right here is the next thing that jumped out to me and made me say, it makes no sense. So I'm gonna get into it real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all finish asking y'all questions. So apparently, the rumor is that the Detroit Lions are really, really excited about Parsons. Right? The problem with the source is I don't like the source. But they claim that they really feeling him. And it got me to thinking, to you, the fan base, if the Lions sitting up there with all the options they're going to have, probably Sewell, probably Slater, probably Chase, probably Pitts, if they see all that and decide to take Parsons, are you pissed? I'm serious. Are you pissed? If they go out there and with that 7th pick and they decide that this is the day, are you upset that they went that way? Because here's the part that I'm still worried about. Them legal issues right here. How you sexually harass your teammate? Like, they went further than that. They claimed it was sexual assault. Some of them details, I was like, wow. Like, I don't even know. I don't know. That's not what's up. That's not how we do this. I'm just saying. It don't make sense. This year, there's this year can definitely be 5 quarterbacks to go in the top 10. I bet 6 in the first round total. Lawrence, Wilson, Fields, Jones. That leaves Lance and then Trask later. Well, listen. I'm just here so I don't get fined, people. Edward says, if we pick Parsons, I'm done with the Lions. Don't say that. Listen, I get what you're saying. I get the emphasis of it, but let's be honest. We ain't gonna be done with this, man. This is football. We gotta love football. Let's go through. Technical Jeff say, who's the source? I can't tell you that, but it's a damn good one. I'm gonna tell you like that. It's a damn good one. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If C there pick them, right? Ramona New Age said he's pissed if they take Parsons. I believe Reeves-Maben is going to be utilized. Yep. Is there a good chance Parsons goes to jail? That's the question. And that's why this source that is saying this, or putting it out there at least, because it's going to come out sooner, right, that they falling in love with him. I'm wondering about that because they talked about those. Dan Campbell talked about what kind of players he like and things he don't want to have to worry about and stuff. And I don't think this fits the criteria. Now, Kool-Aid and Cornbread said he wouldn't be mad with Parsons. Were you a Jared Davis fan? If you were a Jared Davis fan, then I understand. Jimbo G says we need O-line badly. I don't know why people don't get this. If you're stuck at 7, complete the damn journey. Get the offensive lineman. Let me keep going. Looney Tunes said, yep, I'm gonna be upset. Joey, if no long term, he's going elsewhere with the chance to win now. As long as Parsons stays out of trouble. Okay. The rumor is just that, a rumor. If we take Parsons, I will just rock with the Raiders. You ain't even staying in the NFC? You leaving the whole conference? Y'all will never have to deal with me again. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. Just telling you what I'm hearing. If they draft Parsons, commissioner going to accidentally read his name as Jared Davis. They're the same player. The only difference is Parsons is like bigger, height-wise, height and weight. That's the difference. Both can't cover. Both can blow up blockers. Just saying. Let me see what else we got going on here. What's going on, guys? Zach J, what's going on? D. Williams, I wouldn't be pissed. I would prefer offensive lineman. Okay, I respect that. Do you think we have coached better, get better execution? Do you think we have coaches coach better, get better, execute better? I think what you're trying to say is like if we have better coaching, will we have better execution? Yes, 100%. The Steelers are proof of that. They had everybody out, and they still found a way to win more games than the Lions. Joseph said, very pissed. If they take Parsons, if Slater is on the board, once a bully, you know the rest. JGB, I'm not playing with you today, bro. Everyone say he done got there. I'm leaving it alone. They want Goff to be the game manager with efficient run game. That's the whole plan. And that's the best plan. That's the best plan. There's nothing that makes more sense than that. Let me go through. I'm trying to make sure I hit on everything. We can do this the easy way. Hold on. If y'all have not picked that up, please go and check out the Boondocks. You would know exactly, or just literally go YouTube. Go to YouTube and YouTube the Booty Warrior. You would know where that quote came from. I just came back from Penn State and I ran a 1.09, getting better every day. 100%. 100%. Chase or Devontae Smith, please. I think Chase is better than Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is going to have to try to prove that he's not like John Ross. And that's going to be the test. The fact that he would not work out is interesting. A lot of y'all favorite players are probably, I cannot. Y'all is so silly. Y'all are silly. Y'all even to get me in no trouble, bro. Chase or O-line at 7. I can respect that, Tokyo Rockstar. Don Burr says, move back and be smart, get more picks. I think that's the ultimate goal that they want to do. But if they can't do that, they're going to take what they can get. Let me see. I'm going to keep going down here. Any more questions? Y'all put them in there, man. I'm hitting on them. It might be hard to trade back after today. I think it makes it easier because you figure if the first 4 picks are quarterbacks, right? So stay with me, Zach J. If Jacksonville take a quarterback, Jets take a quarterback, Houston takes a quarterback, Falcons take a quarterback, you know that the Cincinnati Bengals are not taking a quarterback. You know that the Dolphins are not taking a quarterback. You suspect that the Lions are not taking a quarterback, but they've already said that's still on the table for them. And if it is, you know that the next team that wants a quarterback is Carolina. So teams like Denver, teams like New England, teams like Las Vegas, teams like Washington, I can see all of them trying to move up to get a quarterback. It just is what it is. So you still have 4 options right there. Not to mention the one trade that I think makes the most sense that can still probably net us the most trade capital is the New Orleans Saints. If New Orleans try to move up from 7 to 28, yes, I know that's a lot of places to drop down, but follow me on my logic. You could probably take their whole damn draft. You could probably take their whole draft, giving you multiple seconds, multiple thirds, multiple fourths. You probably going to have 2 or 3 firsts and 2 or 3 seconds next year and a year after that. But you have trade partners. And I think because of the trade, it makes it easier because now these teams who are desperate for a quarterback are going to drive up the price, right? Like y'all remember when gas used to be like 95 cents? If y'all don't, I'm showing my age. I remember when gas used to be like 59, 69 cents, shit like that. Like it was cheap. And then all of a sudden, gas started going up. It literally shot up to $5 a gallon because the demand for gas was so high. Now you do that same reversal with this draft pick. If 4 of the 5 or 6 quarterbacks are off the board, that leaves only 2. I still got 4 to 5 teams who need a quarterback. I think it makes it easier for you. I remember when the so-called experts were saying that Brady was just a game manager and that he was barely good. Brady is a game manager. He really is. He's not. If you pay attention to him and you look at his average throws, he's not. He's not asked to do what some of these other quarterbacks are asked to do, and that's how every team should do it. Troy says, "I'd rather have Smith over Parsons." Feel sorry for Parsons' future teammates in the locker room. I can't with y'all today. Reed would be an excellent addition. I don't be surprised if you hear his name called. I'm just saying. Funky Lions fans going out west. Man, he gave up on the whole conference, bro. Downbird, what's your insight there? Let me see. Damn, Tokyo said he gonna be a full-time Chargers fan. He don't went West Coast too. We ain't got to worry about Parsons acting up. Big V and Pennicini gonna set him straight. Can he tackle though? He can. Jared Davis can tackle. Every player that let go, the Lions fans will want them. That's the facts. But I'm actually looking at the fact that he fits what they do. He's very similar to Sheldon Rankins. And so I think that's why I think he's going to be an option for them that they're going to look at. But he's got to come at the right price. 2 best offensive weapons probably there. Maybe Lance best to line up. Possibly there can go plenty of ways. It's a lot of options. Let me see. To be 100%, I want Slater or Sewell. I don't see a valuable trade back right now with the moves that took place earlier today. Okay. Shout out to my man Looney Tune. He said, hit that like button. I appreciate it. Get them lights up, man. Golf going to need weapons at wide receiver. And this class is full of them. You can literally have 10 receivers drafted in this first round and still hit on receivers rounds 2 through 4. That's how many receivers is in this draft. So let me see. Best way to manage the game is with a solid O-line and run game. And that's what Brady has always had. Solid O-line play in the run game. Y'all with these damn jokes. All right, let me hit on my last point. Boy, I tell you, y'all of these jokes, man. Oh my God, Parson was just checking his buddy's temperature. I'm not with it. Okay, listen, people. Kool-Aid and cornbread. Davis is a good tackler. Yes. Go and look at, bro. Go. I don't know why. I did a whole video showing this, that yes, he was a good tackler. The problem with Jared Davis was Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia was the problem with everybody. Tracy Walker was on his way to being an up-and-coming star. And you know what's funny? Tracy Walker then turned around and came out and said that bad coaching make good players look bad. Not my words, his. Go and look at the people like Damian Snacks Harrison, Ashawn, all these different people who came out and talked about how Patricia was doing things. And when you would do what he told you to do and it didn't work, he just blamed you. The worst part about what happened was the head coach. Before that, Jared Davis was like balling. The way you got to utilize him and stuff like that, I bet you Robert Saleh don't have a problem with him. I bet you that. This is going to be a very interesting draft. That's for sure. This month is going to be long. Yeah. Well, this month almost over with. When April get here, then it's really the strong countdown. One Pride 40 says if Parsons' name is called, we riot. No, you don't. You can still use them. As a Lions fan, I know that you may not like certain picks, but don't kill the team for taking players when you have needs. And we have needs. Okay? Oh my God, y'all is tripping. If Sewell drops to us, I will almost be hard for me to do a trade down. I'll still probably do it. I'm with you, Brian. I'm with you. I think I like Slater better because I think he got more versatility, but I'm with you. The offensive lineman makes it hard for me to trade out of the pick, but I think they want to trade out of the pick because guess what? If they do trade out of the pick, they'll get a lineman in a later round. Probably not going to be to the caliber of a Slater or a Sewell, but here's what you can do. You can now have other options. Maybe you go defense in the first. Now, if you trade down to 12, Maybe Parsons ain't so bad, right? Maybe taking the receiver, not so bad. So you got options, but I agree with you that if that lineman is there, I want him. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Make sure I don't miss nothing. All right, let me see. All right, here we go, people. Let me get my final thoughts in for the day. First things first, thank all of you for rocking with me. I try to do this every single day at 5:20, especially Monday through Friday. Weekends a little bit harder, but I try to get it in as much as I can. And this weekend, I plan on doing something with the hook cam, so you stay tuned for that. I will post that in the community post and any other social media feed that I have that you are following me on, so you can know what's going on. If you're looking at this picture, you will notice it says 3134 Field, the home of Pride Nation. This is a place where anybody who's in here right now listening can simply hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, or drop a message on one of the videos and say that you want to come on, and we will figure it out and get it set up. You can join me and talk Detroit Lions sports, and all you really need is a cell phone. That's it. A cell phone and a headset that plugs into the cell phone. No problem. Also, it says up, Luke, send Easy the Discord link. Oh, bro, we're going to be in there all day with Easy. I forgot to tell him about the Discord. I'm going to tell him. Also, if you join my Discord, you can hit me up in Discord, and I will respond to you and bring you on the show. So you have options as a fan to be able to be a part of the show, get your views and points out. I don't even got to agree with you. I will challenge you on things, though. Like if you come in, you say something crazy, you better have something to back it up. Okay? Make sure you got something to back it up, because we're gonna make sure that we're keeping it objective. I don't want the emotions involved. When you make decisions based on emotion, it's often the wrong decision. Right? Like you know how all the time a lot of us sit up there and be like, man, oh, I love the way that car look, but that car may not be for you. So today's positive quote, because I got to end every show on a positive note. It's the only way I know how to do it. Got enough hate going on in the world, enough evil. Need a little bit of light. Today's positive word comes from, let me see, what can I call this dude? A spiritual advisor? Nah, I don't want to call him that. Motivational speaker? Nah, I don't want to call him that. I don't know what to call him. This comes from Eric Thomas. The hip-hop preacher is what they call him. Know your purpose. Boy, that was some deep stuff right there. Let me get into it now. What is your purpose? Like, seriously, have you ever just sat down, took a second and thought about it and figured out what is your purpose? What are you really supposed to be doing? If you can just take a moment right now and do what you love, what would that be? See, I need you to get into this mode of understanding your purpose, because the moment you get into the mode of understanding your purpose, the moment is you're going to understand how to captivate your power. See, this purpose sets you up to put you on a blueprint to go in a direction that makes the most sense. That direction is the place that you want to be, that brings you the most peace, that makes you the most happy. When you are at your purpose, you are truly living in heaven. People, find your purpose, live in your purpose. And at the end of the day, people, remember these really, really important words. Don't be no chump. Please do your research.